Oh, it is a beautiful film.
Yes.
Absolutely beautiful. The real-life Raynor Winn joins us now alongside her on-screen counterpart, Gillian Anderson. Good morning.
Morning, both of you.
Good morning. So, Ray, the last time we saw you, I think you were on the Thames path with Moth, and you were walking
year,
there, right?
Yes, we were. We were walking into London along the Thames path, and then we were going to complete the London Marathon at the end of it.
Yeah.
But later that day, after we met you, Moth was taken quite ill, and the next morning he was rushed into hospital by the paramedics. But I had to go and meet 40 people who'd come out to meet us to walk that final stage to Westminster. Correct. So he was being rushed to hospital, and I was walking with these lovely people who'd come out to meet us. Yes, so that day didn't end quite how we expected.
It was very dramatic.
Didn't. How is he doing now?
He's had a difficult year, but he's much better than he was a year ago.
Good.
And, true Moth style, he's working his way back.
Battling on.
Always.
It's so lovely to have you here alongside Gillian to talk about the film, of the book that you wrote. Gillian, I wonder how you first came across The Salt Path.
It had been recommended to me, and I listened to the audiobook. I do a lot of driving with my kids, as a lot of parents do, and so I was listening to Ray coming through the speakers in my car for a good period of time, and I was just completely blown away by it. It really shifted my perspective about the homeless, about people who end up homeless, and you know, immediately started to try and find out who had the option, and it was taken. Sadly, it was already taken.
But was that, Gillian, was that because you were thinking you would love to play Ray?
Yeah.
So you always had it in your mind, listening to it, you said, this is the character, this is a woman that I would love to play.
I felt that the story needed to be told in a way, you know, and I mean, diverging, but you know, particularly now, I think it was, you know, it was a bestseller back then. It's beautifully written, incredibly poetic, and an extraordinary story in many ways about resilience and endurance, and a love story, a testament to their relationship. But also, you know, it's such an even more unsettling time for people right now than it was even back then. And you know, working towards making a plan and having some kind of certainty, and then all of a sudden everything dropping out, and being forced, in a sense, to make a choice. And the remarkable choice that Ray ended up making for them was actually to do the thing that you would imagine you wouldn't do. It was the last thing that you would do, is to, you know, decide to pitch a tent over a few hundred miles. But that's what they did, and it ended up, you know, being such an extraordinary...
Yeah, it's so interesting when you watch the film, because obviously it's about, you know, facing adversity. It's about celebrating nature in all its forms. It's so beautifully shot, and you suddenly go, what an amazing world we live in.
Yeah. But and what an amazing United Kingdom we live in too, which is an extraordinary...
Yes,
the coastline.
Absolutely. Yeah. But more than anything, Ray, I think it's a love story. I think it's a love story to you and Moth more than anything else. I love those words that you say when you know nobody else is listening, and they just really come from the heart. When you watched the film, did you like it? Did you love it? Did it break your heart? Yeah.
Obviously, I went into it full of trepidation, not knowing how it was going to be. But as soon as you were under the stairs, as soon as Ray was under the stairs in the film, I knew they'd caught that essence of it. Yeah. And obviously cried my whole way through. Because there were scenes in it where it was so true to how it really happened that I felt as if I was back there.
What did you think when you heard that Gillian was going to be playing you?
Well, obviously I was quite shocked when I was told it was going to be Gillian, because my vision of her is as she is, something that's absolutely perfect, beautiful, glamorous. And I thought, how is she going to capture me at my most raw moment? And then I went into the house, because I took a phone call in the garden, went into the house to relay it to Moth, and told him that it was going to be Gillian Anderson playing me. I think he misheard me, because he said, Pamela Anderson. Not sure if it's going to work. I know she's done some great stuff lately, and the whole no makeup campaign is
Might have been a very different portrayal, though.
Yeah, I think he was just thinking of Baywatch.
Well, there's a lot of beaches along the Salt Path. It's an extraordinary thing, this storyline, Gillian, and you get to embody lots of characters. You've done lots of real people now.
Yeah.
But, of course, doing a real person when the person is so vital in here is a very different thing. Did that add pressure to you? And Jason as well, of course, being Moth.
I think, I mean, I've played real-life people who have passed, and recently I did Emily Maitlis, who's more present. I think that was probably the most intimidating because she's so well-known and people, you know, listen to and see her
Everyone
daily.
have an opinion of yours.
Daily. So actually, for me, it was less about what people, whether people would think that I would portray Ray accurately, but more whether Ray would think that I portrayed her accurately, which I'm not sure that was necessarily what I cared about in the other ones as much.
Yes,
it was more about public opinion and whether other people thought that But it was important to me that Ray felt like I'd captured an essence of her.
And it sounds like you do feel like that. When you watch Gillian and Jason together as you and Moth, do you believe it?
I do. I thought Gillian captured that sense of me being lost. Not lost on the path, but lost in life. And there was something really powerful in the way she portrayed that in the space between the dialogue and the action. But their relationship together was totally believable because obviously there were ups and downs, and not just in the landscape. It was an endeavour, and you captured two people together on that path. So
but also the part, you know, they started out after, you know, a real injustice had taken place in my mind, and you know, the first part of the journey, as much as anything, was letting go of that. You know, how can you let go of a resentment or the fury, the injustice of having, you know, and particularly at this time when they had the diagnosis, and you know, the process of the journey of letting go of that, as well as the journey that they took, putting one foot in front of the other, but just, you know, how much the weight of that and the burden of that was also part of what they needed to, you know, that it's a lot.
It's beautiful.
Yeah.
Can I ask you an XFiles question?
Oh, no. I was listening to the last podcast on the left, and the director, Ryan Coogler...
He's like, oh, no, that's
I got
me.
very excited about this, because he's talked about it, saying that they're very excited. They're going to do the reboot, and they have spoken to Gillian about coming back in some capacity. Have you spoken to them? Might you be involved?
I spoke to him, and what I said was, if anyone were to do it, I think you are the perfect person, and best of luck. Best of luck.
But he was talking to you about...
Call me, yes, but, you know, at some point, if the phone rings and it's good, and it feels like the right time, perhaps. That's what I said. But he's amazing.
That's enough for us.
He's amazing.
Isn't it? That's enough for us.
Gillian's in. Gillian is in. That's what I read.
Oh, boy. This is all that's going to be written about. It's all anybody's going to talk about. They're going to forget about the lovely film.
No, they have to see the lovely film too. They have to see it because, as you said in the movie, he's your home. So they have to watch them. They have to watch it.
It's very special. I hope people see it.
The Salt Path will be released in cinemas on the 30th of May.
Thank you both for coming in, Gillian, and do send our love to Moth as well.
Thank you for visiting our This Morning YouTube channel. We upload new content every day, so go ahead and hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out, and we'll see you in the morning.